in my smoothie example, I know I must divide because I have 560 ounces total of orange juice that I squeezed, and I know in each smoothie there's going to be 18 ounces, so I know I'm going to be dividing. Now, like in our lesson before, the first thing we want to do is estimate. So the best thing we can do is estimate my 18 to start. That's going to be close to 20. So I round that up to 20. And then I start thinking about, well, if I have 560, what would go nicely with 20? So I'm going to round that up to a nice number of 600. Because 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now when I divide this, I like to do a simple trick that I call cross off the zeros. If there's 1 0 in this number, in the divisor, then I'm going to cross off the 1 0, and then I'm going to cross the other 0 off here in the dividend. That leaves me with 1 more 0. So I do my simple problem. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and how many zeros do I have left? I only have 1. So my answer is going to be about 30. Now I'm actually going to solve this, and when I do, I start to think, can 18 go into 5? No, it cannot. So now I'm going to think about the whole number of 56. How many 18s go into 56? Well, I'm going to refer back to what I was thinking with my estimate of being 30. So because I thought it was going to be 30, I'm going to start off by doing 18 times 3. 54. Will 54 go in with 56? Absolutely it will. So then my 3 is going to go in my tens place, and 54 will go underneath. And I'm going to subtract like in my sister phase. Now I'm going to bring down the 0. Can 18 go into 20? Why, certainly it can. It can only go in one time. That's an easy one when it goes in only once. So 1 times 18 is 18. And my remainder is 2. Ooh, that didn't write very well. Now, of course, as always, you want to check your work, so I'm going to do that. 31 times 18. Ooh, we're going to be doing double digit times double digit. That'll be good practice for all of us. Oh, wait. I'm seeing something here. That's not what my dividend is. I hope that you remember you must plus your, or add your remainder in. So then that gets me my 560. So I am correct. Remember to look at the simple problem of this. If I look at the tens place here and I look at the thousands place and the hundreds place here, can 4 go into 12? Most certainly it can. So then I'm going to just turn it into the simple problem that I know I can solve. 1,200 divided by 40. And when I follow this crossing off the 0 rule, that makes it really easy. 120 divided by 4 is 30. Ooh, this one's going to be about 30 as well as my estimate. So now I'm going to start to solve it. First, what I'm going to do is think about my estimation, which was 30, and that tells me I'm going to start here in my tens place. So I'm going to be looking at this whole number, 125. Because I estimated it to be 30, I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to say 41 is going to go in 3 times. Keep in mind, 5th grade, that this might not always come out the way you think it will, and you might have to take another stab at it. But this one worked out well, 123. So I'm going to put 3 in the tens place, and I put 123 in here. And then I bring down 0. Can 41 go into 20? No, it cannot. How many times does it go in? It goes in 0 times. So now, this 20, since there's nothing else left to bring down, is my remainder. It seems like it would be pretty high of a remainder to have 20, but what you want to always do is check your divisor. This divisor is bigger than the 20, so that tells me, okay, this is an appropriate remainder to have. So I can check this pretty easily because of that 0 there in 30. Makes it a little bit easier than usual. to check. And then I'm going to add my 20. I know it seems like a high, so my work is correct. Let's do one more together. If you want to do this one by yourself, try it out. If not, stay along with me and we can solve it together. But always, as always, our first step is going to be to estimate. So I'm going to round my 22 to 20. And then I'm going to think, oh, does 2 go into 4? It absolutely does. So I'm going to keep it at 4,000 as my estimate. My rule of crossing off the zeros to help me out. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. And there's 2 zeros left to tack on at the end. So my answer is going to be around 200. When starting to solve the quotient, remember we must think about what we did as our estimate. So I'm going to start in my hundreds place. How many 22s go into 46? It's pretty easy for me to figure that out because I know that 22 times 2 is 44. So that's what I'm going to do. 2 and 44. And then subtract. And bring down my 9. How many 22s go into 29? That should be pretty easy to know that it's 1. And that's 22. And now I'm going to bring down my 2. Okay, well I am trying to figure out how many 22s go into 72. I know that 2 is 44. I think I could probably go one higher and do 22 times 3, and that's going to be 66. If I go even higher than that, 22 times 4 is 88. That's too high. So I will go with my 3 here, which yields the 66. And I do my subtraction. I hope we don't forget how to do that. And that means that 6 is my remainder. And I want you to make sure you check it for me. Don't forget to add on that remainder on the end.